Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go get Clubhouse, shall we? And then we'll begin. Today is Friday. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, magnificent souls. Welcome. Welcome to your new life. Welcome to love. Welcome to being uncrazy. Welcome to being an ascendant being walking about this planet, enjoying life, bringing light to every spot you turn up in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning and grand rise and soul whisperer, black women stand up, Nia, Maricel, how you loving, how you loving? Our family chiming in, pouring into the room on Clubhouse. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dad, yeah, how you loving, how you loving? Oh, family, it's a glorious day. It's a glorious day. Glorious day. It is a glorious day. Let's begin. As we do each morning with a deep breath, you are on a spirituality journey, spiritual track where you don't go anywhere. That after looking all over, we have found that which we were looking for, and we found it within, and we found it in the now moment. We found it here and now. That's where we found it. Harmony, you have a hot mic, love. On Clubhouse, we are getting our mic situation correct on stage. Let me see if I can message Harmony. She may be in the vehicle. Hold on. So we make sure we have a really good, clear recording. Harmony. She might have already done it because it sounds quiet. Alrighty. All right, deep breath. Remember who you are. Remember. Be free. Be free of all the constructs of the third dimension. Be free. Love, call up all the love of yourself, the love of Mother, Father, God, the love of this great universe. Call it all up now. It resides within you, as you, through you. Call it up now. And now we call up Christ's vision. Christ's vision sees beyond the body. It does not see bodies, it sees the light beyond the body, beyond bodies. Remembering self, remembering who we are. Clear the mind. Be still on the inside. You'll notice in the beginning of the course, we began with lots of meditation. We now know that you are a meditator and that when you arise, you meditate. It means being still. We know that throughout the day, you meditate. You take quiet moments of stillness within to turn within, no matter how busy your day may be, to remind yourself of infinite reality, that which you are. And now, as we open our eyes, we engage A Course in Miracles. Lesson 161. Yes, you, amazing being. You've been here for 161 days, or maybe one day, or maybe 149 days, or maybe 23 days. It doesn't really matter. You're here now. What matters is that now that you are here, make a commitment to be with us every single morning or watch the replay every single day. We're on 4 platforms. Valerie Love KIEC YouTube channel. You can get to that YouTube channel by going to any browser and putting in ValerieLoveTV.com. Christian, which is YouTube channel? And the Valerie Love Facebook fan page on Facebook, obviously on Facebook, and the club, the Christian Witches Club on Clubhouse. The links are below the video on YouTube. Harmony, hot mic. Harmony, hot mic. Okay. I don't know if Harmony can hear us. Oh, okay. All right. Let's begin. Lesson 161. Let us go on screen share. Okay. Good. Thank you. I don't know if you could hear us earlier. All righty. We're good. All right. Screen share on YouTube channels and Facebook. And if you're following along in the book, this is God morning. How you loving, family? This is A Course in Miracles. You can follow along with the Blue Book, or you can follow along online. You can track with us online. You can join the conversation online at ACIM.org. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I have to tell you something, family. Before we go into this lesson, you know how the day before, a couple of days ago, we practiced Christ's vision and we had to see the light. The exercise was see the light, or the exercise is, because I'm still practicing it. It's a practice for every day. The exercise we were given is don't see bodies. See the aura only. See only the Christ presence. See only the light beyond the body. Don't see bodies. Last night, I completely failed in that, because this is why I need A Course in Miracles every morning. Because, family, if y'all haven't watched this on Netflix, watch it ASAP. I was gobsmacked when I watched this. Stay sweet, pray and obey. Watch it. Stay sweet, pray and obey. About the FLDS, the Fundamentalist Church of Latter-day Saints. They broke away from the Mormons. These are not the Mormons. This is FLDS, Fundamentalists of Latter-day Saints. When I looked at that man, please watch it. And I grew up in a cult, and it was even extreme for me. I grew up in a cult. This was cult squared. I've never seen anything like it before. So this is not about the show, this is about Christ's vision. This morning I woke up with the awareness. As I was watching it, I was calling these people all kinds of things. Now I was calling the innocent ones gullible. Not really gullible. I was feeling so sorry. That was the word. I was feeling so sorry for who I perceived in the story was the innocent ones. And who I perceived in the story as the perpetrator, I was just looking at them like, what kind of evil is that? All I could see was evil. I couldn't even see Jesus. I couldn't see Christ. I lost my Christ vision. And I couldn't get it back because I went to bed last night saying I came in my office and I did some more work before I went to bed. When I finally went to bed and I thought about it, I said, this thing left such an impression on me, not because we've never heard a story like this before, pardon me, because we have, because I could have been one of those people. I was in a cult. And all I can say is, I thank God now. The Jehovah's Witness cult is pretty strange. Oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that there was a limit to our strangeness. Oh, I'm so thankful that there were limits to our strangeness. This one seemed to have no limits. So notice how fast we lose the Christ vision. Everyone's holy. I still can't see it. I want to. I'm willing to. I'm willing to see that everyone in the story is holy. I'm willing to see that everyone in the story is Christ, perfect, holy child of God. I'm struggling on that one. And I don't mind saying it because that's what sets me free. When you tell the truth about what's really going on with you and be honest and authentic, that's what sets you free. And family, I'm not healed in that yet. Watch that show. And please watch it and try to hold the Christ vision the whole show. So A Course in Miracles is not just something that we do every single morning. A Course in Miracles is how we live. And I see where I'm challenged in living the Course. I see it. And I'm so thankful that we live in a universe full of grace that is not keeping score. I just keep going because I'm willing. So I just keep going. And one day I'll just see the Christ light from everyone, no matter how dastardly my lower mind wants to make them out to be. And remember, if I make somebody else to be a perpetrator, that means inside me, I really believe that I'm a perpetrator. Today, we wipe all that out. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. Today, we practice differently. Okay, so we've got a new way of practicing now. And take a stand against our anger, that our fears may disappear and offer room to love. Room to love. I want more room to love. Don't you want more room to love? Because our fear is taking up too much space. And yesterday we evicted it by telling it, no, I'm home. You're the stranger. Bye. Here is salvation in the simple words in which we practice with today's idea. Here's the idea to temptation, which can never fail to welcome in the Christ where fear and anger had prevailed before. For all you Enneagram 5, 6, 7, the head triad, kind of running underneath with fear underneath the surface, and the body triad or the gut triad, 8, 9, and 1, running with anger under the surface. Listen up, this is really for us today. Here is the answer to temptation, which can never fail to welcome in the Christ where fear and anger had prevailed before. I was feeling the anger last night. And it was hard for me to let the love come in for everyone and everything I was seeing. Here is atonement made complete at one minute. The world passed safely by and heaven now restored. Here is the answer of the voice for God. Here is the answer of the voice for God. Complete abstraction is the natural condition of the mind. Complete abstraction. If you were on Witchy Wednesday with us this past Wednesday, I had something I so wanted to share. I had to get it out my system. When I have these messages inside me, it's like they want to jump out. And so I did the Christian Witches Facebook and the Christian Witches YouTube channel. and the Valerie Love YouTube channel, we did Moses and Akhenaten. Were they this one and the same? And I've come to the conclusion, if they weren't one and the same, they were running together. Well, during this experience, Akhenaten, one of the pharaohs of Egypt, he had a revelation and an epiphany. And the revelation and epiphany that he had was that God, or he called it the Aten, not Amun, Amen, Amun Ra. All the other pharaohs were named after Amun, right? With Amenhotep, like his father and his grandfather. Yet he was born Amenhotep and would have been Amenhotep before throughout his life, except he changed his name to Akhenaten in service to the Aten. He was the first person, supposedly, according to what we know, at least it's documented. Maybe many people had it before him. Supposedly, he was the first person that is documented, and of course, he's a person of fame and repute and power, whoever perceived God as abstract. There was no form. It was complete abstraction. Now, you tell this to all of the people, including myself, who deeply connect with the Egyptian pantheon, with Set and Osir and Asur, Osiris, but his original name in Kemet, right? And Heru and Mayad and Thoth. You tell us that, no, wipe out all of that, and it's simply nothingness. It's abstraction. It doesn't have form. You can imagine that the people wanted to run him out of town and kill him. And that's exactly what happened after too many years of this. And because he went so radical and closed all the temples and fired all the priests, you can imagine that they deposed him. Now, let's consider for a moment consciousness. Consciousness is complete abstraction. It does not have form. Therefore, we call source the formless one, the great undifferentiated. Source then appears as Mayat, appears as the same consciousness, appears as the all. And in every pantheon, there is a great begetter God, a great God. Like, even though we have the 7 African powers of Yoruba, and beyond the 7 African powers, or it's not a hierarchy, we could say above, just so we get a sense of it in our minds, above the 7 African powers is Olodumare. And Olodumare, the great one, the begetter, the creator, source. And even Olodumare has a form in Yoruba, we know what he looks like. Well, Olodumare gives birth to his children. Yes, we have the Orishas. And same in the Egyptian experience, that the gods and goddesses were born on a mountain. And then in Greek, which was sort of derivative, they took a lot, people really hail the Greeks so much, yet I think the Greeks were derivative of Egypt. So the Greeks in their pantheon, they had this mountain, and they were all assembled, and all the Greek gods assembled in this place high up. And in all this, there is a source, and source is undifferentiated. It was very hard for me to get this, because we want to put a form to God so we can feel more cozy. And we want God to be our father or our mother or our wonderful, with some kind of form. We're not comfortable with with complete abstraction until now. That the natural state of our mind is complete abstraction, no form. But part of it is now unnatural. Part of our mind is now unnatural. It does not look on everything as one. In the undifferentiated great oneness of all the universe, it's pure abstraction. Energy is not naturally in any state or form. Energy is energy. It is the stuff. It is the substance of the whole universe. Energy. Energy in its natural state is unformed. It's everywhere. It's one. It's the all. It sees instead, but that's not where we're looking at. We're not looking at everything like that. It instead, it sees, this is our mind, our unnatural mind. It sees instead but fragments of the whole, for only thus could it invent the partial world you see. It sees fragments. It snips out little bits of reality, a body, a car, and it doesn't notice all the things around it, which is the all-knowing, all-wise source, divinity, the divine mystery. I'm reading an incredible book that I'll show you shortly that is teaching this exact concept, this exact truth from a completely different perspective, meaning where you're standing as you're looking at the truth. We're standing right now looking at the truth from A Course in Miracles and Christian, sort of Christian-esque to it, to help a lot of the Christian people that kind of went down a different path than the path of truth and started believing a lot of things that are not true. And people that, Christ, Christ kind of speaks to them and resonates with them. And the other book is speaking of this same thing from the perspective of voodoo, and specifically New Orleans voodoo. Saying the same thing. The purpose of all seeing is to show you what you wish to see. All hearing but brings to your mind the sounds it wants to hear. Thus were specifics made. So, rather than complete abstraction, the true state of the mind, nothingness, we focused on bits of the whole and thus cut them out like a cookie cutter, like dough, and you roll the dough out. Remember Grandma used to do that? And you take a cookie cutter and you mash it into the dough and you pick up the cookie and put that in the oven because that's what I want to eat. That's what the mind does. It takes a great cookie cutter to the universe and cuts out forms. It cut out this person and it cut out that person and it cut myself out. And now we're all separate little bodies walking around on a big planet. Thus were specifics made. And now it is specifics we must use in practicing. So because we have this unnatural thing going on in our mind, we're going to use it to our advantage. We give them to the Holy Spirit. Let me give all my specifics to the Holy Spirit, that he may employ them for a purpose which is different from the one we gave to them. We gave them specifics so we could call them other, feel separate, and be special. Yet he can use but what we made to teach us from a different point of view so we can see a different use in everything. Okay, well, I cut this table out of reality and called it a table, not simply energy that's morphing into this thing. I didn't see beyond just a table. And if you look at this table and you go to the deepest levels of this table, you find nothing, energy, just nothing. Nothing's there. So I cut out table because I want a table. That's what I want to see. So I can sit at, I don't want energy in front of me, so I can set my computer on it because I want to see computer so I can write a book. Right? So that's what I see. And if I do not cure, heal this unnatural state of my mind that took cookie cutter to things and cut everything out, I'm going to have a problem. One brother is all brothers. We could say one sister is all sisters. One person is all persons. One One. I need this lesson after watching that cult last night. I started to say a word that was a judgment word, and I stopped myself. Thank you, course. I started to say a judgment word, and I didn't. Please watch that show. It is such practice for the course. It will have you flexing all your course muscles. You know how sometimes your life is pretty chill and everything is lovely and happy, and then all of a sudden you get a gym, a workout at the gym. Oh, I gotta flex my ACIM muscles right now. Yes, it'll have you flexing all your ACIM muscles because I was not thinking that last night. One brother's all brothers. I ain't him and he's not me. Nope. My mind went into active resistance of what I teach, which shows you that there's room to really, there's room. Every mind contains all minds, for every mind is one. Such is the truth. I don't want to think me and him are one. No. Yet, do these thoughts make clear the meaning of creation? Do these words bring clarity with them to you? No. What can they seem to be but empty sounds? That's right, it sounds like an empty sound right now because I want to call people perpetrators. And I feel like I have a right to because that's how the mind works. I'm not unaware of how my mind works. Pretty, perhaps, correct in sentiment, yet fundamentally not understood nor understandable. Yeah, it sounds good. Fundamentally, it's misunderstood because if it was fundamentally understood, I would have seen everyone in that show as one with myself. I didn't. And I don't. I'm just being completely honest with you. The mind and spirit showed me something that it knew would trigger and go all the way into the unconscious. A cult. Because I grew up in a cult. Now somebody else could look at it and say, oh yeah, there's Christ, there's Christ, there's Christ. See, everyone in the story is Christ. Everyone in the story is holy, perfect, the holy children of source. Everyone's holy. No one sinned, no one did anything other than what they were supposed to do. You can't do anything other than what you're supposed to do by right of your consciousness. And pour lots of forgiveness on it and pour lots of love on it. No, I wasn't thinking that. As a matter of fact, there was a part of me that not only didn't see the oneness, could proffer reasons why I was justified in not seeing these people as certain of them as Christ. I saw them as perpetrators. The mind that taught itself to think specifically can no longer grasp abstraction in the sense that it is all encompassing. We need to see a little that we learn a lot. If we've taught our minds specifics, we can no longer see abstraction. I had the hardest time with abstraction a long time ago when my petty belief about God was ripped away. I went through grieving. It was a death. It was a death of how I perceived God and had been in relationship with God. He was a person. I was sitting on his lap. He was kissing my cheeks. I was hugging his neck. He was hugging me. We had this great love affair. And when the universe ripped away that idea I had in my mind of God, I was lost, felt like I was floating in black space, cold and lost. All of it's God. God is not situated into a point called a person, because if that were so, then I could reach out my hand. This hand is touching God, but then I would reach out my hand and it would be not God, and that's not possible. If you've taken all of God and you've situated God into one point, heaven, let's call it, that means everything. If God is in heaven, that means everything else is not God. That is our downfall. It seems to be the body that we feel limits our freedom. That's what it seems, makes us suffer, and at last puts out our life. It seems like your body just runs out of steam. Yet bodies are but symbols for a concrete form of fear. The body is a symbol. And if Dr. Holland, Holland, an evolutionary biologist, look him up, you can search him on YouTube. If he had not said the exact same thing from a perspective of mathematics and science, well, it may be a little bit harder to swallow. Yet we hear it from many disciplines, the same thing, that the body is a symbol, the body is an avatar, the body is not real. The body lives in Maya, the dream world, the third dimension, the matrix. Some call it a simulation. Fear without symbols calls for no response, for symbols can stand for the meaningless. A symbol is only meaningful in a fear state because you need a symbol to be in fear. There's a body over there that might come over here and get me. So if you were just in complete abstraction, you wouldn't be in fear because you would be emanating and radiating the oneness, and it would be impossible for anyone to attack you because you wouldn't have defenses and you would remember who you are. You would remember, and it would be impossible for someone to attack you. It would be unlawful. It could not happen in a universe of law. This whole universe rests on laws so predictable that we can make airplanes and fly all around based on these laws of how the universe works, the third dimension, how they work. And of course, as above, so below, there are laws for how the universe works beyond the third dimension in multi-dimensions. You are a multi-dimensional being. Quantum physicists call it superpositioning, that you are in many places at the same time. I know this is such a strange thing to think of a billion yous in a billion different places right here, right now, because we live in a multiverse. There are multiple universes, and you are in them. Now, if we don't look beyond the body, we're never going to see these things. You can't even fathom it. Love needs no symbols being true, but fear attaches to specifics being false. So fear will attach to a certain person, or to a person with a gun, or to a person that I saw on TV. It will attach to specifics. It needs an attack vector. It needs a point that it can attack. Bodies attack, but minds do not. This is all happening on the body level. This thought is surely reminiscent of our text, where it is often emphasized that the mind does not attack anyone or anything. This is all a body thing because we believe so much in the third dimension and nothing beyond it. This is the reason bodies easily become fear's symbols, because you know that a body, what mind ever attacked your mind? You're sitting here next to a person. They're sitting there. Now their arm can haul off and slap you. That was a body that slapped a body. Their mind cannot attack your mind. This is the reason bodies easily become fierce symbols. It's very easy for people to be afraid of a body. A tall body, a big body, a bodyguard body, an authority body. I was afraid of all kinds of bodies. Still am sometimes. I feel a little twinge come up, like, from childhood, where we were looking up and everybody was huge and we were little. Pardon me. You have many times been urged to look beyond the body, for its sight presents the symbol of love's enemy. Christ's vision does not see. Pardon me. I thought I bought water here. Let me get some. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. When I rise in the morning, I always drink water because I know I'm going to use my voice for like an hour, hour and a half straight. Let me be kind to the body. Kind and loving to the body temple. It's in good service to the divine. This is the reason bodies easily become fear's symbols. Why? Because you know that a body is what's going to be used to attack you. You have many times been urged to look beyond the body, for its sight presents the symbol of love's enemy, quote unquote. Christ's vision does not see. The body is a symbol of attack. The body is a symbol of which to be afraid. The body is a symbol of love's quote unquote enemy that the vision of Christ doesn't see. I just had this experience last night. I know all these words are true. I had this exact experience last night. Please watch that Netflix show. Stay sweet. Pray and obey. Stay sweet. Pray and obey. About the FLDS. The body is the target for attack, for no one thinks he hates a mind. If you're dropping a bomb on a group of people, you're intending to destroy their bodies. You are looking for where the bodies are. You're going to attack the bodies. And then those bodies, knowing that an invasion of bodies is coming toward them, is going to mobilize their bodies and get armaments and protection and defenses, and the bodies are going to have a great attack. We know that minds don't attack, because if a mind attacked, we would just drop, instead of dropping a bomb to kill all the bodies, and when we kill enough bodies, we think we won. We won the war. That's what we think. It's insane. We killed all the bodies. We extinguished the threat. No, you didn't extinguish the threat, because there are still people who are still afraid and still in attack and defense mode and will just rise up and have another war. Has not that been the history of humanity? Another war and another war and another. We like war. We might as well say we like war because we keep doing it. If we didn't like it, we would stop doing it. The body is the target for attack, for no one thinks he hates a mind. We drop bombs on bodies. When we kill enough bodies, we think we won the war. Yet what but mind directs the body to attack? What else could be the seat of fear except what thinks of fear? It would be a whole lot better if warring people said, hey, the thoughts of those people is the problem. But we never say that. We say those people are the problem. The thoughts of those people are the problem. The people are innocent. They have thoughts that they hate us. How about we get together and we talk about it and we start changing our minds? How about we change our minds about them and they change their minds about us? And let's start talking about it. And let's really get to the core root of this issue. People don't want to get to the core root of the issue. War is profitable. We still have many of us that are in the lower mind that don't want to come out, including myself. I saw it last night. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm still in the lower mind and I don't even want to come out. Yet I am willing to see things differently. Hate is specific. Yes, it is. I hate that person. I hate that group of people. I hate that country. Oh, it's specific. There must be a thing to be attacked. You need a symbol in front of you. You need something in front of you to say, I hate it and I'm going to attack it. An enemy must be perceived in such a form he can be touched and seen and heard and ultimately killed. I need to find this enemy. I can't kill an idea, so I need to find some bodies that I can kill. It's insanity. When hatred rests upon a thing, it calls for death as surely as God's voice proclaims there is no death. When hatred is present, it will just want the object of its hatred to die. Fear is insatiable, consuming everything its eyes behold, seeing itself in everything, compelled to turn upon itself and to destroy. Fear is insatiable. It will never gobble up enough. So if we're going on hate and anger and fear, we will be fear mongers, hate mongers, and anger mongers forever until something changes us out of that horrific state of mind. Who sees a brother as a body sees him as fear's symbol. This is good for us Black people because a lot of us, I'll tell you a story. I live here. I have a home in Mexico. I live all over the world. I'm a global citizen. I have a home base in Mexico. And out here in the part of Mexico where I live, it's extremely serene and beautiful and tranquil. Muy tranquilo. That's what we say, right? It's muy tranquilo. And there was a brother, and therefore the people here are very welcoming. They're very beautiful. They help you. They're just so wonderful, very kind. I live in the Yucatan, which is where the Maya lived for many long years, and the Maya are still here. Well, there was a brother from the United States who was sitting outside with some of our friends from here, from Mexico. And a police vehicle came by, and the light was on. Pardon me. I've never actually heard, I don't think I've ever heard a police siren since I've been here, and I've been here off and on since 2020. December of 2020 is when I first came here to explore. I don't know if I've ever, now Mexico City, yes, I've heard police. I think I've heard an ambulance siren. I can't say. Anyway, when it wasn't a sound, it was like a noise, like a light or something like that. And he startled for a second. Like when he saw it, it was like coming down the street, and when they were sitting outside, when it came into his purview, he like startled. And the Mexican friends that he was with said, "Oh, no. Calm down. You don't have to be afraid. The police here don't abuse you like they do in America." You don't have to be concerned that the police are going to shoot their own citizens. The ones they swore to serve and protect, they're going to kill you. So because America has very big challenges, well, I won't say challenges, big challenges, they can all be solved with the same thing if people want to solve them. That we know how to solve the issues. We have the answer to solving the issues. That he still had the experience of fear, that we still carry the experience of fear in our system. And when we see a symbol, that's when the fear comes up, a police, or the anger of police. You need a symbol. If you didn't have a symbol in front of you, you would just be in love. You were just in your right state of mind, which is abstraction. Who sees a brother as a body sees him as fear's symbol. So the brother was afraid, rightly so, because he was traumatized in America. Not because America's a bad place, just because of the things that people believe in America and what they do. You can be traumatized everywhere, because everywhere has something that the people believe that's not true. America is not alone in its crazy, and it's not alone in its wonderful either. Every place has crazy and wonderful, which are both judgments. So let me just say, everywhere is what it is. How are you experiencing it? We will attack the symbol because what he beholds is his own fear, external to himself, poised to attack and howling to unite with him again. We see a symbol of fear, a police officer, a police car. You're driving in the middle of the night on a long, dark stretch of road, and all of a sudden you see those lights behind you. Whoop, 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 pull over. Oh, Lord. I'm in the middle of nowhere. You get out your phone and you start recording the whole thing. Yes, officer? You go straight on Facebook Live. You hope you can get a signal, Facebook Live or any live thing that you can do. Yes, officer? Especially if you look like me and you're in some Mississippi or I don't know where. Right? Fear. What was the symbol? The flashing lights in your rearview mirror. You weren't thinking about anything other than probably the love of God and the music you were playing on the radio, and you were bumping and jamming your friends, and then all of a sudden you look up and maybe smoke a little weed and whatnot, and you look up, oh damn, get all the weed out of here. Oh damn. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here go the lights. That became a symbol of fear. Now, the fear was there all along in consciousness. This symbol triggered it up. And he will attack. Now we're ready to attack according to whatever your consciousness is. Either fear or anger or hate. Cops. I hate cops. Or, oh my God, I hope we don't get a ticket. Or, you're going to be anger, contempt, resentment, or maybe you'll just be in pure love. Maybe the symbol meant nothing to you. It looked like pretty lights. Pretty lights. That's where the Course would like us to be. Pretty lights. And then you get to have a conversation with another person. You get to meet a new friend. That's where the Course would like us to go, because Christ is getting ready to come to the car now. It's probably not going to be the reaction that you had if you had the experience of being in a Black body in America. That's probably not going to be the experience, the first thought that comes to your mind, which means we must let it go, forgive, not find righteous indignation and substance to hold on to the fear. Don't keep looking for evidence and reason that it makes it right that I should hold on to fear and anger and guilt. I'm justified. I can show you all the cases. I'm justified. I used to live there. I was not in complete peace. I used to live there. Justified in my rage. Justified in my hate, because I can show you the numbers. The system is cruel. It's it's crooked. It's not fair. When life never promised you that it would be fair, and the one thing that we can say about life is it's equally unfair to everyone. See, now we're fired up because we saw a symbol, and either our fear or our anger or our hate has kicked up. Mistake not the intensity of rage projected. Fear must spawn. The intensity of rage, it shrieks in wrath and claws the air in frantic hope. It can reach to its maker and devour him. You just want to kill somebody. You ever get to those points? It's not the state of mind we desire to be in. We are not hate mongers. We are not fear mongers. We are loving emanations of a loving source. This do the body's eyes behold, and one whom heaven cherishes, the angels love, and God created perfect. That cop that's coming to you now, even if they called you out of your name, this is one whom heaven cherishes, that angels love, and God created perfect. Oh, please let me see it. Please let me see it. See, that's why I need to be on A Course in Miracles every morning. That's why. Because I don't see everybody like that. Not yet. I need some help, Spirit. Help me. Because I'm willing. I'm willing to see it. Last night when I was watching that show, I wasn't seeing Valerie, this one, all of them. The ones I saw as the perpetrators in the story. Please watch the story. No spoilers. Just watch the story. It's only 4 parts, 4-part documentary. I was seeing the perpetrator as pure evil. I wasn't looking at them and saying, this is one heaven cherishes, the angels love, and God created perfect. I was not saying that. This is his reality. That means in those moments, I cannot see reality. I am blind because I don't have Christ vision. I can't see. All I can see is my own hate, my own judgment, my own fear, my own anger. And in Christ's vision is his loveliness reflected in a form so holy and so beautiful that you could scarce refrain from kneeling at his feet. God, I wasn't there. Think of your lovers, because those are favorite people the lovers that you don't have anymore, because those are favorite people that we like to demonize and say they did this and they did that and they betrayed me. And think of your ex-friends. Think of mama drama and papa drama. Think of your siblings. Think of the people that, did you wrong. Are you saying to yourself right now, the loveliness reflected in this person is so holy and so beautiful that I just want to fall at their feet, kneel at their feet? No, we got the knives out and the daggers out. Mentally, I mean, we would never do these things in real life, right? In the third dimension, right? We're not kneeling at their feet. We're not beholding them so lovely and so holy and so beautiful that they look like an angel or something that heaven cherishes. Well, I don't know if I'm honest with myself and I tell myself, nope, that's not how I hold everyone. And maybe you do, maybe you're already there. God bless you. And if not, great. We have some forgiving to do. Yeah, you will take his hand instead, for you are like him in the sight that sees him thus. I and this person are one. We live in the same light. We come from the same light. What you do can't change what you are. And they may be doing the most horrific things, yet that does not change that this person is the light of God. That source is on this planet as this person. And this person is one with me. Because you're talking about when you want to be separate from someone. You want to be separate from someone when it looks like they're doing something horrible. You definitely are not saying I'm one with them. Attack on him is enemy to you. For you will not perceive that in his hands is your salvation. We do not perceive that this person and I are one. We do not perceive that in that person's hands is my salvation. Let me go back up to the top. And it says, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. That's what I'm going to be saying all day to that man from the FLDS. Those men from the FLDS, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. Let me see the beauty and the sublime light of God in you, as you, beyond your body. Let me not take your body as an object of my hatred and fear. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God, because in your hands holds my salvation. Oh my God. It's radical. When hatred rests upon a thing, it calls for death. Oh, we read that already. Okay, where are we now? In his hands is your salvation. Ask him but for this and he will give it to you. Ask your ex-lover that you hate, that cheated on you, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. Give me your blessing, holy child of this universe. You're holy, and I see you as holy. Look at your abusers and your attackers right now and say, give me your blessing, holy Son, holy child of God, because I know that my salvation is in your hands, and I must hold hands with you to receive my own salvation. Woo, 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 woo. Spiritual gangster. That's some spiritual badassery right there. Ask him and he will give it to you. Ask him not to symbolize your fear. Do not keep asking this person in consciousness. You're not going to go up to them in person and say, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God, even though you abused me, abandoned me, betrayed me, lied on me, cheated on me, stole from me, lied to me to my face. Have you ever sat there and said, I know, sat there and said this in your mind, I know this person is not lying to me to my face. It was just in utter disbelief at the things people do. So we want to hate them and we want to be justified. I have a reason to hate you. You're a liar. No, I'm a liar. I want to project it on other people. I'm unwilling to accept that about myself. I want to project it on other people because it makes me feel better. And I want to judge someone else because then I get to be in righteous propping up of my own self. They're the bad one. And I get to feel superior because really deep down inside, I feel insecure and inferior. Let's just call it what it is. Because when you get 150% right with yourself, you're 150% right with everyone. even the cheaters and the liars. Oh, we were playing a great game, right? I was lying to you and you were lying to me, and then we stopped. I'm not holding my experience against you. I was having that experience. And I know you were having some experience that I was giving to you. And we forgive it all. Anything that seemed like it wasn't love, we forgive it all. So that we can behold the holy. I really desire to behold the Holy Christ, one that the angels love and that heaven cherishes, and all of that, and seeing the light and seeing the Christ. I desire to behold that in every being. Ask him not to symbolize your fear. Don't keep casting your fear on them. Would you request that love destroy itself? Or would you have it be revealed to you and set you free? Am I asking for some trouble to come? This is the whole problem with hexes. This is the whole problem with hexes. I'm the headmistress of a mystery school. I teach magic. You can use the energy, you can use breath to do anything you want with. You can blow out a candle, you can chant, you can blow a flute and play a beautiful song. Breath will not stop you from doing anything with it. You are the wielder of the breath energy. Same thing with all energy. Magic is an energy in the universe. You are the wielder of the magic. The magic is not going to tell you, don't do baneful magic. Don't do hexes. They just come back. Don't, you're doing it to yourself. Nothing's going to stop you from doing it. Do it! The whole problem with hexes is that it is embedded in this, you need a symbol. That person. You need a symbol for your hate and your fear and your anger. You don't need a symbol for love because love is everywhere all the time. This is the whole problem with baneful magic, that we are seeing something, someone that we think is not the way it ought to be, and we're going to go do something about it. We're going to get some kind of revenge on somebody that we think they did something to us. Maybe the thing that spirit had them do was the best thing ever for our whole life. Maybe it made us stronger. Maybe it gave us 1,000 strength points. Well, we only see it as an affront on ourselves. And therefore, I'm going to go get you. Oh, I'm going to throw some hands. A lot of magical people are into that. Ask them if they're happy and peaceful. Yeah, I'm happy and peaceful, Kai. You see, I just put their baby in the freezer spell in my freezer, and I haven't heard them talk about me at all. That's because they weren't thinking about you at all. They were thinking about themselves and their lives. The same thing everyone's thinking about. Maybe you don't hear them talk about you. It doesn't mean they're not talking about you. Do you have proof that they're not talking about you at all? You're not with that person all the time? Well, I didn't hear it. Okay, you're right. And you got somebody to stop talking about you. And yeah, you better not have my name in your mouth. And now what? Now what, Will Smith? Okay, you slapped someone because they were talking about you and your family. Okay, now what? Did you solve anything? No. And deep down inside, we know we didn't solve anything. Would we have love be revealed to us? Is the question. That's the question. I don't concern myself with doing hexes on anyone because I'm damn good at hexing myself. You are the only person who has ever stopped you. You are the only one that has ever hindered you. You are the only one who has ever hated you. You are the only one that has ever been so afraid that you didn't do the things that would cause you to have this lovely dream life you desire. There's one person responsible for your life. You're looking at them in the mirror. So what? And you are the most powerful person in your life. So why would you give your power to someone? You really think someone across town can do anything to you? Oh, River Valley's people put spells on people. I got to put up my protection. Against what? Your own mind. You don't know how powerful your mind is, beloved. You don't know your God. Can someone attack God and succeed? Of course not. Let's not be fearful. Today, we practice in a form we have attempted earlier. Your readiness is closer now, and you will come today nearer Christ's vision. We're closer. Thank God I'm closer because I want to see everyone as Christ. If you are intent on reaching it, you will succeed today. I am intent on reaching it. And once you have succeeded, because you will succeed, because everything in the divine plan is certain of success for you, you will not be willing to accept the witnesses your body's eyes call forth. No, I'm not going to behold a witness to fear. No, I'm not going to behold a witness to anger and evil. What you will see will sing to you of ancient melodies. You will remember these ancient melodies. You are not forgotten, heaven. Would you not remember it? Select one brother. I already know who I have, that man from FLDS. I already know who it is. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for giving me such a clear person to practice with today. Thank you. Select one brother, symbol of the rest, and ask salvation of him. Ugh, it makes me cringe to even think of asking salvation of this person. See him first as clearly as you can, in that same form to which you are accustomed. Yeah, I'm looking at a body. I know exactly what this body looks like. See his face, his hands and feet, his clothing. Ugh, I'm telling you, this man makes me cringe. He's cringeworthy. Look how beautiful God is. That I got to a place where I just feel so much love for my former lovers because we were just playing this wonderful game together. And I used to be so angry at them. And I got to a place that I'm so in love with them. And I did so much practice for years on my second husband. My first husband, I didn't need to do so much. He was more a harmless kind of person. My second husband, I did years and years and years. One of my greatest teachers outside of my mother. And so many years I saw him in white and I meditated and I saw his Christ light and I saw him and give me your blessing, holy child of God. And I saw myself reach out to him and in his hand was my salvation and in my hand was his salvation. And that we joined and that we won. And I had to do that because this is my daughter's father. We're together at graduations when she graduates. When she graduated high school, I was there happy. I wasn't warring with the family. I go to the family's house. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Me and him were chatting on the phone the other day. It's beautiful. I love this man. And I know this man loves me. So I had to erase from my mind, forgive what I think he did, all the list of sins that we're holding against everyone. And we know when they did it, the day they did it, how they did it, what color they were, what they were wearing. I had to erase that, to get the big eraser, just erase it from my mind so I can return to Christ's vision and see the Holy Son of God standing before me and not some perpetrator. Ugh. So now that Spirit said to me, oh, you think you're ascended? Because you feel so much love, because the universe always knows where you are. You just feel so much love. The other day when I was talking to him, I just felt this enormous swell of love. I truly love this man, my daughter's father. And this is one of my greatest teachers, second only to my mother. My mother was my greatest teacher in this life. And the other greatest teacher would be my spiritual mama, Reverend Dr. Yala Van Sant. Those three, they are the hands heaven put on earth to teach, guide, mentor, show me the way. Among many others, many other teachers. I'm talking about just like the major teachers in your life, right? So I was feeling so good. Oh, look how Spirit will get you. Spirit will come for you. Look how Spirit will come for you. Oh, you're feeling so good. Wonderful. Oh, you're feeling so much love. And it's genuine. You graduated. Yay. You're out of the hating your former lovers camp. Lovely. Now watch this. Okay, I'm back to square one. I'm back to freaking square one. I thought I was free. No, you're not. Because you're still harboring hate. And is the universe doing this to you just to smack you down, to show you that you didn't really graduate life? Because if you had graduated life, you wouldn't be in this life anymore. No. It's showing me that I still harbor it. Oh, this is so good. I didn't know. It showed me that I still have objects of hatred and scorn. I saw one of my objects of hatred and scorn last night. If you're being honest with yourself, well, dang, that's just pure evil. I'm telling you, I was calling these people pure evil. And Spirit is just, that's why I had that experience that last night before this course. And that's why something just had me sitting there watching this whole documentary last night. 4 points. Yesterday afternoon, I was in my creation space. I was in my magical studies in the morning. And, I had a lovely breakfast. It's a beautiful day. High vibration, so amazing. My son is here. He's creating his art for his whole NFT project, his manga, his anime. It's so amazing. It's actually going to be a free mint. Now he decided he's going to do a free mint, and I'm going to make sure and give you all the details for that. You'll get them free. And then I had this lovely salad. Oh, I had the salad after the experience. I had this nice quesadilla with some fresh, jalapeno, everything. I'm just telling you all these things because everything's so amazing. I come to my office. I'm working on some things for the family. I'm looking at the Lesters, and I went ahead and registered for their class. You'll see the info. The Lesters are doing a class. Oh, just lovely. I was working on the website. I was doing some other creation. I have a new book coming out. So, of course, we're creating the cover for the book. I'm talking with my assistant in the Philippines. Oh, it's lovely. We're just creating. And I paused to, go eat. It was late afternoon. I don't know, maybe 3 or something like that. I sit down, I'm about to eat something. Let me watch a little something on Netflix. I'm talking to my son. It's so wonderful about his creation. I am telling you, I was on such a high vibration. And then I pull up this fool. What? How did I go from all that love and peace and joy to what? I cannot freaking believe these people. I'm so into it. I'm so into it. I'm so like, what? Oh my. You can feel the emotions. Okay, I have some work to do. Okay. So for the meditations, for our practicing today, select one brother, one sister, one person. You already know who they are. Watch him smile and see his familiar gestures, which he makes so frequently. Okay. I'm coming, course. I'm there. I'm watching smile because all I could think was just like, cringing. I was literally cringing. Then think of this. What you are seeing now conceals from you the sight of one who can forgive you all your sins. Wow. Humbling, isn't it? Let me get out my fork so I can eat my humble pie. Matter of fact, I don't even need a fork. I'm just going to eat it with my hands. I'm just going to dig in and put gobs of humble pie in my mouth right now and chew it and love it and swallow it and digest it and integrate it and be a different person whose sacred hands can take away the nails which pierce your own. Oh my God, you mean to tell me I'm the one on the cross with the nails in my own hands, and this is the sacred holy one that's going to come along and get me off the cross and lift the crown of thorns which you have placed upon your bleeding head. Oh my goodness, I am so suffering in my mind with what I think the sins of other people are, that I put a crown of thorns on my bleeding head. My head is bleeding, but I'm calling them crazy. Ask this of him that he may set you free. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I would behold you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. It is an extension of your perfect holiness and sinlessness. Woo! You can't extend something you don't have. Now, all our lessons about giving and receiving, Christ's vision. You are not a body. They're all coming together. You're extending Christ's vision. You're extending the light. How do you extend the light? You have to first find it within yourself. You have to know you are your own salvation. Salvation comes from my one self. Do you see how all 161 steps we have taken together are coming together? You wouldn't be able to do 161 if you didn't have 39 or 50 or 76. Unless you had just already done the same curriculum somewhere else. It's the same curriculum. It just looked like maybe a spiritual path to becoming a shaman, maybe a spiritual path to becoming a spiritual life coach. It's the same curriculum for every human on the planet. It's just stated differently. Give me your blessing. Say it now to the person you hate. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. For all Black people in America, probably it's safe to say, for most Black people in America, a white cop. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. For all of us that have been abused and mistreated and just lied to, cheated upon, fought with, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I see your light. I see that you are one heaven cherishes. The angels love and God created perfect. I see you as one with myself, and I see that the sinlessness in you simply reflects my own. Whoo! You got to be grown to say that. Oh my God, you got to be so grown to say this. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me how crazy and unwilling I am to forgive. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I have pet people that I like to make wrong. Thank you for showing me that. I needed to see that about myself because I think I love everybody and I don't. Thank you, Spirit. And he will answer whom you called upon. He, capital H. Source will answer through whom you called on. For he will hear the voice of God in you and answer in your own. This person is in your mind. The voice of God is in their mind. The voice of God is in your mind. All minds are joined. You'll be answered. Behold him now, whom you have seen is merely flesh and bone. I just saw this as a person, just an evil person walking around the planet. And recognize that Christ has come to you. Who? This person is Christ. Oh my God. Taking the nails out of my hands. Today's idea is your safe escape from anger and from fear. Oh, is there another way I can escape anger and fear? Because I don't like this way. I'm just telling you all what I'm really thinking. Hey, Spirit, these are the kind of questions I ask God because I ask God real questions. I'm not trying to be frou-frou and frilly with God and make God think I'm holy because God knows I'm holy and God also knows that God is also grace. God doesn't know my unholiness. God only knows my holiness. So I asked God, God, is there another way that I could get rid of all my anger and fear? That I could have, it says, a safe escape from anger and from fear. You want a safe escape from anger and from fear? Something that you know will work. Love the person that you hate. Christ was right. Love the enemies. Is there another way? I think I'm going to find it. I think I'm going to look for another way because I'm not going to love that enemy. Yeah, that's what your crazy lower mind will say. I'm not doing that. No. Even as I'm bleeding, I have a crown of thorns on my head. My head is bleeding. My hands are fastened to a cross with nails. And I won't let myself off because I don't want to see this person or these people or that group of people as holy. Even though I'm going to escape from anger and fear if I do, I'm going to escape. Nope. Let me keep myself on the cross for a little while longer. He's sure you use it instantly. Use this idea instantly. Should you be tempted to attack a brother and perceive in him the symbol of your fear, let me not perceive a symbol of my fear. I'm just not going to do that. And you will see him suddenly transform from enemy to savior, from the devil into Christ. And breathe. Tell you the honest truth, I need a nap. The floor is open. I need a nap. I'm just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm almost speechless. I need a nap. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. No shares? We don't hear you, Coach Michelle. I don't hear you. Coach Michelle, I don't hear you. Were you on a God morning? Can you hear me? Is really far away. It's really far away. I'm in my car. So. Is it coming through the car's system? Yes, it's coming through Bluetooth. I think that's what it is, because you sound very distant. Uh-oh. Okay, Coach Michelle will be back. Okay, it sounds very distant. Is this better? Oh, yeah. Loud and clear. God morning, love. God morning. Woo! That's it right there. This lesson has so much in it. I'm just at where the safe escape, and that it is. And I say that to say, and you emphasized it perfectly, just seeing everyone as spirit, seeing everything as God. Putting you in a place where you can just release any judgment, any anger, anything you are holding, whether it's known or not known. I'm sitting with that because that is so powerful. And then when you said pick, the lesson for today is, like to pick someone. And you said you know who that is. When it said pick someone, I got some things, a whole bunch came up, and it's like, wow. All that we had, these last couple of lessons, I believe, just brought us up to this place. I mean, even yesterday's a lesson that I'm home and fear is a stranger. Mm-hmm. Just sitting with that. I just been with that, and just looking to see everyone as spirit and not a body. And my awareness of it now is so fast. It clicked. Okay, stop. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? This lesson, this course is just perfect in how the change is
and not the meaning I would give a shit. I am complete. I believe Mama Nika wanted to come up. I tried to bring her up. Okay, she's up. I am complete.
Delicious. So people and things will come up. Ooh, I got clear who is my practice partner today, who's going to be my teacher today. How you loving, Mama Nika?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So I clearly have a person in mind. And I thought that I fixed it in myself a couple of lessons ago. However, every time this person is mentioned or in my vicinity, sometimes I have a person in mind. It's going to be hard. However, they didn't do the things that you saw in the video, but they intentionally do things like on purpose, and they don't mind if you know that they did them. So I got to see this person as God. And it's going to be hard, but I'm willing to see. And I'm complete.
Mama Nika, do you remember the lesson? This is the lesson that's coming to me. Above all else, I'm willing to see. And the other lesson that said, above all else, I'm willing to see things clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm willing to see.
I want to see clearly.
I'm willing to see, as Coach Michelle said, beyond what I made up to the God meaning of things. I'm willing to see beyond my own mind. I'm willing to see beyond my own fears. I'm no longer going to be trapped by seeing everyone and everything through the lens of my own fears, insecurities, anger, hatred. I'm willing to see beyond that. I promised y'all that I would show you the book that I am currently immersed in. It is delicious. When I tell you this book is delicious, this book, I'm showing it on the YouTube channel right now. It's called Voodoo Visions. Is this book amazing or what? This book is amazing. By Sally Ann Glassman. She's actually a lady who is a Jewish lady who's was a Jewish, her heritage is Jewish. And she's a voodoo high priestess. She's a mambo. I hope I'm saying that right. An Encounter with Divine Mystery. This book is so good. So we were at the Christian Witches Convention in New Orleans in 2022. And in the Christian Witches Convention, we had, as part of our fun festivities for the weekend, we went on a crawl, through the French Quarter going to magic shops. So we went to one magic shop after the other. We went to several magic shops. And when I saw this in a magic shop and it said, "Get me," I was like, okay, yes. And now you go into a magic shop and things say, those are actually the only things I buy in a magic shop. So I bought 2 books in the magic shop. One was this, and the other one is Initiation into Witchcraft by Brian Kane, who's the owner of Hex and Omen in New Orleans and the owner of Hex and Omen in Salem, which we'll go there in Salem, so you can go and see Omen and Hex in Salem. Plus, we'll go to the wand store. This wand store is beyond. If you don't find the wand you want in this wand store, it doesn't exist. It's beyond. And of course, all your magical gear, all your witchy gear, all your magical stuff. There's a vampire store there too that we love. All your cloaks, everything, all your witch hats, everything. And Brian Kane owns those stores with his husband, Christian Day. So Brian and Christian are warlocks, and I met them at Hex, and they are just so fun. They are so fun to be around because we went on a crawl through New Orleans. When they have Hex, they take you to a lot of the magic shops, and sometimes they take you to the magic shops that are kind of off the beaten path, which I really loved. Well, I was in one of their shops, and this book was sitting right there. It was sitting where the books were. And it said, okay, yes. Now, you don't know why you're doing that. And of course, I have one of my favorite, which is here as a bookmark, which is Tituba from Salem, which you'll learn all about her when you come with us to Salem in the fall, and how she was able to escape the horrors of the Salem witch trials, and they never killed her and they never found her. She was actually, I think, the only real witch there. The rest of them that they killed weren't actually witches. If they were, most of them were not witches. They were accused of being witches. So in this book, Voodoo Visions, it's saying the exact same thing. It's saying the same thing about baneful magic. And as we know, voodoo is not baneful magic. And what she's talking about with regard to voodoo is that you get to see the divine in all. Voodoo is a revelation of divine mystery. It's one way to behold the mysteries. Now, if you believe TV, you know what they tell you about voodoo. Voodoo is the most feared religion in the world, I would say. So if a person didn't come to you today, hey, use voodoo as the object of your exercise. Esoraga, good morning. Who else is speaking to us today about your exercise and what you're going to do today in the way of seeing the holy light of God in all, as all through all? You see only the holy light of God. You do not see objects or symbols of fear, anger, and hatred. All right. So we will conclude. And before we conclude, Harmony, anything you want to share with our family about what's coming up? And then we're going to go to our galactic signature for the day. I don't know if you can speak, Harmony. Can you? Might not be able to. Okay, I'm going to share with you on screen before we conclude. Just a heads up that so many of our beautiful people are coming to the July event already registered. I love it. I love it. The next gathering of the clan. You know, we go all over the world together, and I promise you, if I was teaching every day in person, I would not be exclusively on virtual. I would do everything in person. That is my highest ideal, is doing it all in person, teaching everything in person, which I will do that. I will get there. And that we have the free event. It's free if you're in Ascension. And that is the one-day event. Unbank yourself, how to be your own bank. It is a Bitcoin day for people in spirituality. How to use Bitcoin, how to be paid in Bitcoin, why you want to have Bitcoin, why do you want to teach your children about Bitcoin, why you want to use Bitcoin, why you want to save Bitcoin, how to store your Bitcoin, hardware wallets, software wallets. What is the difference between the wallets? What is the lingo? What is mining? How can you make money from mining? What is running a lightning node? People are making money from running lightning nodes. It's just something you set up in your house and it just makes money. Just like mining, you don't have to do anything, it's making money. That's unbank yourself. That is the whole world of Bitcoin. That's unbank yourself, all the ways that you can make money with Bitcoin, be paid in Bitcoin, invest in Bitcoin, all of it. It's all Bitcoin. And if you don't know that the money of the future is here and you're not on the money of the future, you're not on the Bitcoin standard, I am doing everything in my power to call forward all spiritual people, all the spiritual people you know of, say, hey, come to this event. If it's free, if you're in Ascension, and you find out about Ascension at valerielove.com. It's right there on the front page. You scroll down, find out about Ascension. It is free if you are in Ascension. If you are not in Ascension, it's super cheap. Go to unbank yourself, and the only way you can register for this event is in Bitcoin. You can only register for this event in Bitcoin. You pay Bitcoin to come to this event. And it's super easy, it's super simple, and you'll see how on the website. Super simple, super easy. That's Unbank Yourself, and of course, our 2-day event, which is your NFT project in 2 days. This is for authors, coaches, energy healers, spiritpreneurs, magical practitioners. Make your book, all of it, your courses, all of it into NFTs and get paid residually on all of it. That all your books can be a recurring income stream. And when you register for this event, you get this other event for free. And when you register for your NFT project in 2 days, if you're in Ascension, you get it half price. Galactic Signature.
Good morning again. The Galactic Signature for today is going to be 1023, Blue Planetary Night. I perfect in order to dream, producing intuition. I seal the input of abundance with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of magic. I perfect in order to dream, producing intuition. I seal the input of abundance with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of magic. I perfect in order to dream, producing intuition. I seal the input of abundance with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of magic. 1023, Blue Planetary Night. Sky Clan.
Sky Clan. Love you, Sky Clan. You Sky Clan too, Mama Nika?
Yes, I am.
Yo, shout out for Sky Clan. Shout out your clan. Come on, Sky Clan.
Sky Clan.
Sky Clan. Shout it out. Oh my goodness. Love you, Sky Clan. Y'all have a beautiful day today. God bless you. Send some love to everyone all around the world. Love your family. Be blessed.
I love you guys.
Love